Right. So Paul Pierce on his podcast, he got a podcast. I know he got the certified with KG, but he got his own podcast that's called The Truth Lounge. And he had a guest on there, a guy named Jay Crow. They played about 13 years in the league. He played for the Clippers. Not a household name, but he, to play 13 years in the league, that's saying something, right? That's 13 years, right? So Paul Pierce had an interesting take as it pertains to the GOAT debate and LeBron James and all that stuff, man. So I'll play for you this whole conversation, but the back and forth that he had with Jay Crow was very interesting. And Jay Crow, is his name Crow? Am I saying that right? I think it is. Crow. It's Crow. It should be Crow. I might be pronouncing it wrong, but I like the back and forth they had, and I kind of like the perspective that Jay Crow came from when he was explaining himself. And he basically said, man, like, look, let's just stop pretending like it's Jordan. Like, why are we even having this conversation? It's Jordan. And he explained why, and he said some funny stuff. Specifically, he said some funny stuff about Kobe, which was hilarious. But we'll get into it. I'll play for you what he said.
The other day, I said, look, if LeBron win a chip this year, undisputed GOAT, what you think about that? This year, as a team that's in a normal year without the play-in would not make the playoffs. If he can't be the GOAT.
No, because this is why. It's like his accolades will stand. He will be on the hill. And he's going to have so much things to say about his career. He's all-time.
He's going to have so much things.
But Jordan was another thing. He was so far head and shoulders. He was like the truest thing we've had in sports, like Mayweather. Like when Mayweather said, you could have bet on me, you'll be rich by now.
You got to bet on Jordan every time?
Yeah, Jordan was the truest thing we ever seen. Once he figured, first of all, look at his elevation. He elevated. He stayed with that franchise. He rode it. They got some young pieces. Look at Scottie Pippen got his trainer start working.
If he
lifted everybody.
So like, damn, if you say LeBron brought a championship, he's already brought a championship to 3 franchises, which I don't know no other franchise player who's done that. Not a franchise player. Yeah, players that moved around. Ain't nobody just like, soon as he got there.
It's a new thing. It's a new day. These guys, like what Kobe did to get his 5, he breathed life into this.
You got Kobe over LeBron?
Yes.
Ooh.
I do. So I'm not a numbers guy.
So LeBron not only can't be the GOAT, he can't be over Kobe. No. So where does that put Kobe in the conversation?
Because this is why.
For GOAT.
Let me tell you, this is how I don't do my GOAT on stats and all this. I do my stuff on if we line up, who you taking? If I got to
Kobe have an argument for GOAT?
No.
But if LeBron can't be the GOAT, but you argue, there's an argument for him to GOAT, but you have Kobe over LeBron, why doesn't Kobe have an argument for GOAT?
Kobe is the greatest copycat artist of all time. There's too many. This guy just literally stole this guy's style like I've never seen before. Yeah. So this guy was the Picasso.
So, okay.
This was already the blueprint.
Okay. So if you got somebody who paint the same picture and it's the same details.
He's McDowell's on Coming to America.
No, he's not McDowell's. He's not McDowell's.
McDowell's a billion served. It's already working. Oh, let's do the McDowell's.
You can't do my man Kobe like that, man.
Kobe is McDowell. Jordan is, come on, dude.
That's crazy.
There's no topping Jordan. If you wasn't there, then that's like, I understand. You missed it.
All right, so.
There's nobody ever been more true to this game. You just knew what it was.
Jordan
you showed up every night.
So there's nothing LeBron can do.
Dude. No, man, you're great, though.
There's nothing he can do.
No.
So that means you're basing it on what?
You can't catch Thriller. I don't care about this new technology, these new singers, all this new dancing. You cannot catch Michael Jackson Thriller. That's till I die. Somebody got to come up with a whole new thing. We got to start figuring something else out. Michael Jackson, you can't catch that. Just like you just can't do what Jordan did.
Damn, so he can't catch Jordan.
No, he benefited off Jordan's success. Jordan is the reason why LeBron.
And you know I'm a big critic of LeBron. Listen, I just think like beating the 73 and 9 Warriors, down 3-1. Greatest comeback in NBA playoff championship history. That is a mountain that nobody has ever climbed. If you win this year as a 10th, 9th, 8th seed, that's never been done.
Why shouldn't they win? They've been
So that conversation went on. It went on, and toward the end, he gave his top three, and he said his top three is Mike, Kobe, then LeBron. So he's not slighting LeBron. He's just saying Kobe's better. And even though he's saying Kobe was McDowell to McDonald's, which is in a way kind of true, you know, I mean, it's okay. So the reason why it's not the best analogy, but I understand what he's saying. He's saying that, you know, this came first. I copied everything about that. Right now, the only reason why it's not quite McDowell's and McDonald's is because McDowell's was copying everything, but trying to kind of flip it, invert, and trying to invert it. Like, okay, you got the buns with no sesame seeds. I got sesame seeds on my buns. You know what I mean? Your M look like, so Kobe wasn't doing that. He was saying, you perfected that fadeaway. I'm going to perfect that fadeaway because I understand why you're doing it. You get what I'm saying? I understand why you're doing that. I'm going to do it as well. Right. So he wasn't like just doing a low budget version of Michael Jordan. He was saying, I'm going to perfect that as well. You got that mid range. I'm going to perfect that. You played in the triangle and perfect the triangle. I'm going to perfect that. You played lockdown defense. I'm going to play lockdown defense. You get what I'm saying? So he wasn't just trying to do the same thing, but in a different way. He was like, I'm doing everything you did, which is respectable if you see the greatest person you ever seen play the game, and you're saying we have the same makeup. We both 6'6". We both got the same amount, of body mass, and we toned the same way, and all that stuff is the same. Yeah, we both athletic. Yeah, I'm going to copy that guy. So that's respectable. I'm good with that, right? But what I really want to get into what he said is that Paul Pierce started this conversation by saying that which is odd to me because LeBron is the only guy that wants to be in this conversation of the best player that ever played or the greatest of all time. But instead of really trying to achieve it by becoming the greatest player, as like by getting in the lab and like honing your skills like Kobe did, that's what Kobe was doing. That's what Mike did. Mike said, I'm going to go in and polish my game so much that I have no flaws. And Kobe said, I'm going to do the same thing. And LeBron came by and was like, I'm going to do the same thing. And then halfway through it, he realized I can't do that. So what I'm going to do is something different. And I'm going to go get the stats. I still want the rings. I got to catch Mike in rings, but these stats I can easily go get because I play a style that nobody else play. I play point guard and I play primary scorer. They not doing that, so I can dominate these stats. That was his path. Following Michael Jordan and Kobe's path of being perfect, near perfect players with very few flaws in their game. He didn't want to go down that path, right? He'd rather go get a teammate that was flawless, like Kyrie or like Wade, a teammate that had less flaws than him, and say, I rely on him. I do everything as far as the stats. The team will be on my shoulders and all that good stuff, and then the rest of it, the media take care of for me, right? That's how he did it. So when Paul Pierce and anybody that's trying to support LeBron or LeBron himself say things like, when I beat that 73-9 team, that made me the GOAT because I beat a great team. Or if I go get Kareem's record, I'm the GOAT. Or like Paul Pierce is saying now, if he win a title with this team he has now in LA, he's the GOAT. He's the only person that people make these one-time events. If you do this one thing, you're the GOAT. I've never heard that from nobody. I've never heard someone say, if Eli Manning beat the undefeated Patriots, he's the GOAT. Or If you dunk on Sean Bradley or whoever the tallest man, Wemby right now, if you dunk on Wemby, you're the GOAT. Or if you cross up Jordan, you're the GOAT. Like, who was making these one-time events and saying, if you can do this, you're the GOAT, and not saying what really makes you the GOAT or what really made Jordan the GOAT. Because if we really go back to thinking about what made Jordan the GOAT, what made Jordan the GOAT is because he polished his game almost to a flawless level. Not only did he polish his game to a flawless level, he took that flawless game of his, he did it on both ends of the floor. He played all the games. He went to 6 finals and won 6 finals. Didn't go to a game 7. Right? He did all these things. And when we watch him play, he rose to the occasion every single time. Right? He was a fierce competitor. Every bar that you can raise, as far as like, I want to build a perfect player mentally, spiritually, emotionally, his body, his endurance, his energy, his athleticism, his skill set. Like, how often do you see a guy that's a freak athlete also have the most technically sound game that you can think of? It's unfair to be Mike Tyson and Mayweather at the same time. How can you be a freak athlete physically and be Mayweather and be the most technically sound boxer? How do you make Mayweather and put his technique in Deontay Wilder's body? How do you put Mayweather in freaking Muhammad Ali's body? You get what I'm saying? So you got the most technically sound basketball player with the freak athleticism in one, and that's not it. Leadership, drive, tenacity, defense, doing it on both ends of the floor. He played all the games. He got heart. I mean, like, this is crazy to put all of that in one player. You put all of that in one player, and then you look at what he was able to do and dominate the game for how long he did it, for his 6 championships and all this stuff. That's what made him the GOAT. It's a whole bunch of stuff that he just exemplified greatness in. Right? Now, Kobe was trying to copy that, and he did a good job. But LeBron decided he didn't want to copy that and follow that blueprint. He decided, I got a different way I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because if I play 21 years and I average this amount of points, I can get Kareem's record. And if I get Kareem's record, that's something Kobe or Mike didn't do. Why Mike didn't do it? He said he didn't want it. He retired after 15 years. He really retired after 13 years, but came back to play 2 with the Wizards just because he didn't like the way they was displaying heart on the court. I'm about to step out of my front office, out of my suit, being retired almost 3 years, and I'm coming to come down there and show y'all how to dive on the floor for balls at the age of 39, right? He didn't come out of the front office and say, let's build a super team, go get me Anthony Davis, or go get me Tim Duncan, or go get me Garnett, go get me Dwight Howard. And like, think about the players that was in the league when Jordan got in the league that's equivalent to Anthony Davis, Rondo, Dwight Howard, right? And then a year after that, Melo, Westbrook, right? Think about those players and think to yourself, if MJ really wanted to try to compete when he came down to play with the Wizards, he would have been trying to do trades. Hey, get me these guys. He wasn't doing that. He came down there and played with what was down there because he had the love for the game. He wasn't down there to compile his stats. He wasn't down there to try to get Kareem's record. He wasn't even really down there trying to get an easy path to the ring. Right? That wasn't on his mind. But the point I'm trying to make is that I don't understand why we keep coming up with these new stipulations. Oh, if LeBron do this, then he's the GOAT, which is crazy because they said when he passed Kareem, he'll be the GOAT. And then people still don't think he's the GOAT. Now they got a new thing. Well, if he do this, he'll be the GOAT. That just tells you that once the nostalgia kind of wears off, oh man, he passed Kareem, for like 2 weeks, we'll talk about, man, this dude's the GOAT, this dude's the GOAT. And then after 2 weeks, it wears down, and then, the smoke settles and you realize, man, it's Mike. It's Mike. It's always gonna be Mike. They did it when he won the bubble ring. Man, he don't want a ring with 3 different franchises. Everywhere he go, he gets a ring, right? That was the narrative. And for a month or two, everybody was like, man, he's the GOAT. And then when the smoke settles, well, guess what happened? The debate starts over again. And the same people who think Michael Jordan is the GOAT still think Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And then the same people who think LeBron James is the GOAT still are debating, saying if he does this, then he's the GOAT. Like, I thought he was the GOAT when he beat the 73-9 team. Then I thought he was the GOAT when he won the bubble ring. 3rd ring with 3rd franchise. Then I thought he was the GOAT when he passed Kareem. Now they're saying he'll be the GOAT if he won the ring this year. Right? And then they saying he's the GOAT if he once he the first person to get 40,000, 11K, and 11K. Like, it's always going to move the goalpost, and then what's going to happen when he retires, the smoke's going to settle, and then the next person that they want to give GOAT title to, they're going to be comparing it to Michael Jordan, not LeBron. Right? So that's my thoughts on that, man. I'm going to open the phone lines up, man, and let y'all call in, let me know what y'all think about what Paul Pierce said and what Crow said. And I get into some of these comments while I'm waiting for the call in. Oh shoot, dunking above Kobe. What's going on, brother?
Hey man, it's Funky Town. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. How you doing? What's your thoughts?
Hey, look, I love your analysis. I love what the brother was saying because we've had this conversation before. But here's the thing: think about it. You ever done? You know how you do like the knowledge machine?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You work your leg. But have you ever been on an ISO machine where you got to work both ways? When you got to push it out and you catching weight each way. You got the tension each way.
Yeah.
You ever worked on one of them?
Yeah.
Where you got to absolutely, like you working the muscle both ways at the same time.
Yeah.
That's Jordan.
Okay.
Jordan, he wasn't just, oh, well, wow, look at there. He can lift that much with his leg. Outstanding. Nah. He was doing it both ways. When you watch it, if you watch what he did, he'd get down in position. It wasn't no half, he wasn't half-assing it. He was out there on defense with the same amount of intensity that he was on offense.
Yeah.
It wasn't no playing no game. But like I really like how the man said, it ain't gonna be nobody beating Thriller. I'm in the same boat. Until I hear Thriller, somebody else come up with something that beats Thriller, you just can't beat Thriller.
That's true.
And until I see somebody who can beat who shows me from start to finish, Jordan, they beating Jordan. I'm sorry, 2011 existed. I was there. I saw it. All right, I'm from Fort Worth. I saw what happened in 2011. I saw that.
We all did.
I also saw what happened in 1998 when Jordan scored more than 50% of those the Bulls' points in Game 6. I saw that. I'm sorry. There's just what he said is not. It's another situation. You're over here at this table. This guy got his own lounge over here, and you're not getting that lounge. There's just this generation, they keep want to make him like he's their avatar. He's the guy, their example or whatever.
Yeah.
But Jordan played 82 games how many times?
I think 10.
9?
Yeah,
9 or 10?
Yeah, 9 or 10 times he played 82. One time he played 79.
He wasn't out because he was rested. He was out because he was injured.
Correct.
And like you said, when he retired, but what do you say, the 13 years? It was really 11 and a half years if you take the injuries.
Correct.
If you go all the way to 15 years, it's really 13 and a half years.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So let's please. And top 5 scorer, he's still top 5 scorer. And out of all the people in the top 10, look at how many years all those people in the top 10 in all-time scoring, how many years they played. And then look at how many years. You really get your feelings hurt. You see how many games they played. Go ahead and go. How many games? No. Hey, just break it down. They played all these people, their game totals. And then you'll look real foolish when you start trying to say, oh, well, this guy beat the 73-9. Well, the question should be is why wasn't he on the 73-9 team?
That's a very good question.
He was in the weak East.
Yeah.
Why wasn't his team the 73-9? Why isn't there a dynasty that he's attached to?
Yeah, and and the thing I don't like about it is that, like, you keep coming up with these things that are unique situations that no one's going to be in unless they, how can you use a standard of, oh man, he did it with 3 different franchises? You know what you got to do in order to win with 3 different franchises? You got to team hop from franchise to franchise. And the great players wasn't but the great players wasn't team hopping from team to team. So that's something. Hold on. Let me say this. No one's going to be able to do that unless they team hop. No one wants to do that. No, and then the other thing, oh man, he beat a 73-9 team. A 73-9 team would have to exist in Jordan's era in order for him to beat it. And it just so happened that he was leading that team, right? So like the things that they're making up in their head, I just don't get it.
But yeah, they're taking these very specific things, like literally, like if this comet came in on a Friday and then this happened on a Tuesday and then this happened, no one else has ever done that before.
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's probably true because no one else had the opportunity to do it. Jordan built his team. He built his team. He struggled with his team.
He built it and he went to war with it
in his
continuously.
Image. He built it in his image. That toughness that team had, his image. The defense that they played. Look at how they reacted when they just go back and look at those games. Look at how many times they not just him, but that whole team, once they got the ball, the turnover, it was a pack of wolves going the other way. They did not play with people.
Yeah.
And that was him. That was because of him. It wasn't because of I'm gonna go play with Akeem Olajuwon and Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Which is what LaFlop did when he went that is literally the equivalent of what LaFlop did when he went to Miami.
Yeah.
That is literally the equivalent of what he would have done.
Yeah, I agree.
Now you think about that, brother.
Yeah, I will,
y'all
man.
Hit that like button.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, definitely hit the like button if y'all haven't already done it, man. Thanks for the call, Funky Time.
You got it, brother.
All right, man.
Out here.
Yep. Good call. That was a good call. But yeah, he right. LeBron did do some team hopping. He did go join some people he should have been competing against. Rod from Georgia, what's up?
Hey, what's happening, man?
I'm good, man.
Hey,
how you doing? I got y'all up late tonight, don't I?
You know it, but you know I'm gonna be here even when I don't call. I'm here, bro.
I appreciate it, man.
Hey, you mentioned it before. I know you did mention it before. You say he don't got Kobe number 2. How the closest thing you've seen to Michael Jordan? You just said he was a clone of Michael Jordan, but you got Michael Jordan number 1, but you don't have Kobe number 2.
No, the dude
that don't make no sense to me.
No, the dude that was talking did have him number 2.
Yeah, but Paul Pierce didn't, right?
Nah, Paul Pierce was just playing devil's advocate. You know how Paul Pierce really feels, man. Paul Pierce in the media now, man. He playing the game. He playing the game, man. He know.
Okay, yeah, that right there, and you mentioned how you going from team to team.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know how hard it is to win rings with this team, and then go to another team to win rings. Wait a minute, now you want to use that as an argument? I got one name for you. They got more rings than all of them. Name is Robert Horry. See where I'm going?
Kinda. I don't like where you're going, but I'm following you.
He went from team to team. He got 3 with San Antonio, 3 with the Lakers, couple with. He went from team to team, gathering rings.
Yeah,
but that don't make him the greatest of all time. But one thing I do agree with Paul Pierce said. I don't measure my GOAT, like other people. I say Kobe's the best. because he won championships with the least amount of help. Scotty got every ring Jordan got. The last two Kobe got, he got by himself. No disrespect to Pau Gasol, but they put the bar on the ground when they put him as high as they put him, top 75, Hall of Fame. I don't think so. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I think they lowered the bar a little bit there.
Yeah.
But
You know
Kobe
what?
got two rings with the least help.
So I would say this. I don't like when we say somebody did it by themselves. I don't really think nobody, I mean, because every championship team be having some really good talent built around it, man. And
right. When I say by himself, I mean without another superstar.
Yeah,
Ron needs another superstar.
Well, we got to say that then. Say without another superstar, because I don't like diminishing guys' career or their talents by saying that they were a nobody, right?
By himself.
I
feel what you're
saying. Because Lamar Odom's a good player. Trevor Ariza played very well in that Lakers uniform. I'm so mad that he didn't re-sign with them. I think that
was there too.
Yeah, Derek Fisher, a very good player. Powell, Bonham was what he was, whatever he was, and they had Artest a couple of years too. So, yeah, I like the team they built around Kobe. I like that squad. So I wouldn't say he was by himself, but you're right, he didn't have another superstar.
Oh yeah, that's where I just say the least help. With the least help, he didn't have as much help as other people did. So that's why I got Kobe
number one over MJ.
Number one, go.
It's very interesting. Very interesting. I'm not gonna argue with you.
Scotty got every ring Jordan got.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
But then Jordan say he wouldn't have 6 rings if Scotty wasn't there.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
It came out of Jordan, man.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
If he didn't have Scotty, he wouldn't have 6 rings.
You think that's what that means? So you don't think there was
Jordan
so you think out of all the players in the NBA, Scotty was the only one that could have got 6 rings with MJ?
Hey, I'm just saying what MJ said, man.
No,
he said he wouldn't have one.
No. So what when MJ says that means, listen, man, he was very interesting. He was just as important to these 6 rings as I was, right? He was just as important. So was Phil. That's what you say. Yeah, I wouldn't have done this without him. Or like when I say I wouldn't have got through what I got through without my mom. That don't mean if my mom wasn't there, I still wouldn't have got through. Somebody else probably would have helped me to get through it. But nah, I'm just speaking facts. So that don't mean if you take Scotty away, then Mike can't get 6 rings. What that just means?
Yeah, it was other players in the league that could have, helped him out if they were on that team. Yeah, of course. I mean, it was great players back then.
Do you think if Shaq and MJ played together, they would get 3 like Kobe did?
So Shaq and
Mike
Jordan played together?
Yeah. You think they get 3?
Man, they got as many as they wanted.
Okay, so it don't have to be Pippen. Do you think MJ and Hakeem can get 3?
Yeah, of course.
All right, so it didn't have to be Scotty. That's my whole point. It didn't have to be Scotty. And out of all the superstars in the league, if we count Scotty as a superstar, right? Is he better than Hakeem? Is he better than Shaq? Was he better than Penny? Was he better than Pat Ewing? Was he better than Barkley? Was he better than Malone? Like it's probably a lot of superstars that's above Pippen. MJ could have played with those and got 6 rings.
Yeah, but I'm just going about how it actually went down. He could have, yeah, but Scotty was the one that there. Scotty got 6 rings, just like Jordan got 6 rings. And, Jordan had that, or like if any of them other players was there, they'd have been on Jordan's team and on that level superstar, just like you said, and Kobe would have still been in his same situation with Pau Gasol and that crew right there, which wouldn't have measured up to Michael and Hakeem or Michael and Shaq,
Okay. All right. I respect that. I appreciate the call, man. Let me get maybe 2 more calls in, and then we'll move to the next topic, man. Thanks, Carl.
All right, peace.
All right, big dog. Caller from Los Angeles, what's up?
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on, big dog?
What's up, Mel? So yeah, I wanted to talk about this topic with Paul Pierce. Who did Kobe say? He said that he wouldn't have 5 rings if it wasn't for who?
I don't think Kobe said that.
You didn't see that interview where he said if it wasn't for Michael Jordan, he wouldn't have 5 rings?
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, he said that.
And because the last caller was talking about things that Jordan said, and then what team did Pippen lead before he went to the Bulls?
Arkansas Pine Bluff.
What you said?
Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Right. But what team did Paul Gasol lead before he came to the Lakers?
Memphis.
Exactly. So that was for the last caller. So there's one thing that I'm surprised that people don't talk about when it comes to the subject of the GOAT. I don't know. Did you ever see that interview that Jordan did? I think it was on a cigar YouTube channel where they asked him who was the GOAT between Tiger Woods and I forgot the other guy's name. Did you ever see that interview?
I didn't watch the whole thing. No.
Okay. Well, the other guy was trying to get him to say Jack Nicholson. I think that's his name. So the other guy was trying to get Jordan to say Jack Nicholson just based off of the number of masters that Jack Nicholson had over Tiger Woods. But Jordan said you can't just go by those masters or accolades. He said you also have to consider impact. And he said that if it wasn't for Tiger Woods playing golf, you wouldn't see so many non-white people pursuing golf. So when it comes to the GOAT conversation in basketball, I think we could all agree that the big. That's why a lot of people were mad at LeBron for saying something about the influence, because sometimes people use influence and impact interchangeably. But I think we could all agree that Jordan has had the biggest impact and the biggest influence ever. So that's why I always think that it's hard for somebody to come and challenge Jordan on the GOAT, because it's the same reason why Muhammad Ali, even though he didn't have a perfect record like Floyd Mayweather, and even though Muhammad Ali has lost fights and things like that, his impact, I think, is why a lot of people consider Muhammad Ali to be the greatest boxer of all time, and same thing for Michael Jordan. So I wanted to ask you, Mel, when it comes to Kobe and LeBron, who do you think has had the biggest impact? Either in I'm talking about NBA. Pop culture, biggest impact on players, the media, fans, other countries, United States. Who do you think has had the bigger impact, Kobe or LeBron?
That's actually a tough one. Man, it's probably a toss-up, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't know. I want to say Kobe. Just based on the reaction that he receiving when they was overseas for the Olympics and how everybody was on Kobe that way. But I mean, you got to think, man, Kobe was such a charismatic type of individual, man. He spoke several languages. He related to so many different countries, man. They love Kobe overseas. They love Kobe over here. So
I think Kobe. Yeah, I think that's where Kobe's biggest argument for him being over LeBron in terms of even greatness, not just obviously, the skills. Kobe has the skills to be better, and he's considered better than LeBron in terms of skills for the most part. But even when it comes to greatness, I think Kobe's impact, as far as like you said, when he said they went overseas to China, they said that Kobe's the amount of love that Kobe received was almost the same amount, if not more, than Yao Ming. So
yeah.
And now LeBron, but LeBron has had a big impact. They just said that Caitlin Clark she's deciding between Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour for, I guess, her next shoe deal when she goes into the WNBA, and it looks like she's going to go with Nike. But I was thinking that as far as the NBA players, that's another thing where Michael Jordan it's very hard to catch him. They said, I remember 2019. It seemed like they said that he was being his shoes were outselling LeBron's 4-1, and I don't know where it is now, but
I was thinking that, that's something else that Kobe was on his way to doing as far as the endorsement of shoe deals, but then the whole thing happened, that kind of derailed his popularity. But yeah, I think that's another thing that we can look at is that, if LeBron was on that level, he would be if he was really at least close to Michael Jordan. I think if he had made such a big impact on pop culture and the NBA, I think that his shoes and his brand would be closer to Michael Jordan's, and it's just a big gap. So I just want to leave with that. So thank you for the call.
All right, thanks, big dog. All right, let's take one more phone call. Good call. That was a good call. But yeah, I mean, impact is huge too. I mean, I get that too. I mean, and I understand that that's part of the reason why people ain't go catch Mike. I'm just looking at it from basketball. I still haven't seen nobody but Kobe catch him or get close to him as a player. And that's real huge to me. Like if it was a pie, that'd probably be 3/4 of the pie. How good you are as a player, how complete you are as a player on both ends of the floor. Haven't seen nobody better than Kobe and Mike ever. As far as like evaluating players on both ends of the floor, Kobe and Mike, hands down, head and shoulders above everybody, right? So that's 3/4 of the pie for me. The other part of it is the winning. What did you do with that complete game? And for Mike, he took it to 6 and Kobe took it to 5. And a lot of people will say, well, Russell took it to 11 or however many he won, which is a good point. But that 3/4 of the pie, he don't have like Kobe and Mike had. He don't have that 3/4 of the pie of him making himself such a complete basketball player that is overwhelmingly, you have to acknowledge these guys, and that's Kobe and Mike. So yeah, he got that other 1/4 of, he won more than Kobe and Mike. He got the 11 rings. That's great. But that other big chunk of the pie, what you are as a player, that plays a huge part. All right, what's up, man? What's your thoughts?
What's up with you, man?
What's good? What's good?
Bosh King checking in, man. What's up, man?
Man, I ain't heard from you in like 2 weeks, man. Where you been?
Nah, man, because right now I just went on YouTube and caught you.
Oh yeah,
sometimes we busy and sometimes you at a different time. You know how it goes. You gotta be hustling out here, man.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But it seems like I got it on the right topic. I ain't know what Paul Pierce really said though. You feel me? But just off where I called it and the callers that called before, it was just some interesting thing that I wanted to point it out. When they're speaking of impact, popularity, or even the best ever, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So now in terms of impact, to me, Kobe's just all natural. We all know, even because I know you a Jordan guy, although, you respect Kobe. Same as me, I respect Jordan, but Kobe's he's my favorite player, right?
Right.
But to me, Kobe, Jordan and LeBron got help from the media. The only difference is I feel like LeBron, like the media is trying to trick us about LeBron. Jordan is real, you feel me? But also the media loved him as well. It's like KD is real, but the media don't love him.
Media don't love him at all.
Right.
Or
they
Kyrie.
Don't love him at all.
Yeah.
Or Kyrie.
Yeah.
Man, they're doing Kyrie wrong. Man, Stephen A. going to hell like 2 times over. He probably there already. Something wrong with that dude, man.
I
bro,
agree.
But yeah, so for me, in terms of impact, bro, Kobe was just everything that you would want your kids to be like. Like, even when David Stern was going on about the dress code, right? You see my name, the Posh King?
Yeah.
Bro, Kobe, the way he dressed and going to, like, work and everything in basketball made me figure out from an earlier age, like, at certain times, you got to look official. You got to have that suit in your closet. You got to know how to. So I've been having, like, bow ties, suspender, Kobe didn't smoke. Not even a cigar I don't remember catching Kobe with. Didn't drink. Didn't have no gambling problem like Jordan that they hid from us. You feel me? And whatever LeBron is doing, they're just not telling us, like, about what's going on with him. You feel me? They're either hiding it or whatever comes out about him with the Daryl Morey and the China situation. He just can't help himself. And he knew. To me, LeBron know about, like, if he said that, you know, social media, everybody gonna get on him. But like, he had to do it because they got him on the contract. Like, LeBron, you gotta go out there and say this. You feel me? So to me, Kobe Bryant, like for me, is always, to me, he is the best because then Jordan set the blueprint for him and he's a super learner. So he learned off of everything from Jordan, and not only learned, he mastered it. And I just feel like, just like my argument that I made when I called in already, students, especially a star pupil, it's just inherent that they get better than who's teaching them because of nuance or because of how the world is moving.
Yeah.
So my last point with the last callers, you know, in terms of when one of the callers was saying Kobe did more with less, and I truly always believe that. And plus, Kobe, out of all of them, beat the toughest team. Because the same age that was Ray Allen and Paul Pierce and them, Kobe was that same age. So nobody gonna tell me about old. That team was better than Golden State at their best. Golden State wouldn't have stand a chance against that team. And LeBron beating 75 Golden State team or whatever may be the case, I just know personally, even with KD and Kobe without Shaq with that Paul Gasol team, in my opinion, some way, somehow, just like I think Jordan would have, Kobe would have found a way to beat Golden State, even with KD.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I just believe that he would have found a way. So, man, even this thing that LeBron is doing with JJ Redick, it's the worst thing I've ever seen ever in my life. These two, I heard them talking about the Orlando series. And I remember watching that series. Let me put this theory to you, man, because I always keep on forgetting it. I wanted to shoot out this theory to you, right?
Okay.
Bro, I really think LeBron James' advisors told him, yo, throw this series against Magic, because all Kobe fans are gonna say when we say he's better than you, what you gonna do about that 4-0 in that final in 2009? He would have gotten whooped, and not only whooped, he would have gotten whooped very badly. Like the record margin that he lost in 2011, Kobe would have did that to him. Now, people is not going to be, oh, yeah, they just remember how he lost in 2007. People would have been saying how Kobe beat him in 2009. Not just how he lost, but how Kobe whooped his ass. Bro, LeBron James, you see when they say aim for the stars, you know, aim for the moon, you land on the stars.
Yeah.
That's what the media is doing with LeBron. Always number 2. So some people put him even in top 5. LeBron James is not a top 5 basketball player.
Yeah.
He's good, he's smart, he listens to his advisors, but he's just not. This man airballs free throws and travel every game like he's going to China. And every players that play with him, they have to dumb down their game to give him an open lane. Bro, Kobe build every player that plays with Kobe. Kobe used their strengths.
Which
Kobe
is
game played around their strengths rather than taking away their strength. Kobe game fitted around their strength. So I do understand where people will bring up off of how good, you know, Jordan and everyone was, but you have to do it. Shaq is not easy to play with. And people talking, I'm trying to talk fast because I know we ain't got that much time, right?
Right.
Moving, but people, this last thing I want to give you, bro, people keep on moving to Kobe and Shaq. Bro, Kobe was the reason. Shaq was the leader. Sometimes you have, like, if you watch soccer, you'll understand this a lot, bro. Sometimes you have a midfield player, right? And he's the architect. He's the engine of the car. Without that engine, that steering wheel, nothing is not moving. Bro, Kobe was the playmaker. And Shaq talking about Kobe passed the ball and trying to call Kobe showboat. So let me ask you which one is easier to do, Mel. LeBron coming in, everyone is praising LeBron, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kobe coming in, wanna be Jordan, showboat. What you think you about to come do? Coming out of high school, all of that. Fighting against the naysayers than actually being, I don't even know what word to put on what they did for LeBron, right? fighting against all your doubters, even your own teammates. Shaq had pretty much 80% of Kobe Bryant teammates hating him. Bro, a lot of things I've been hearing about Shaq, bro. Like, Shaq done this. He's a crazy ass dude, bro. And even how you see how he goes at Charles sometimes, he would try and go way personal, calling Charles bum and all of that. And Charles just kill him with humor and don't let it go to that extent. But I truly believe he's one of the worst teammates any young player could have come in the league with. If Shaq was Tim Duncan, he and Kobe would have at least won 8 rings.
Yeah. All right, man. I'm gonna take that off the air because I'm gonna respond to some of that. I'm gonna take that off the air because I do got an opinion about Shaq, man.
Bet, my man.
All right. Thanks for the call.
All right, man.
Yep.
Bless.
Yep. Nah, so he making a good point, man. Shaq is, well, I don't know about now, but he definitely was, and some of the stories are coming out now, man. Definitely was a very childish, unserious type of individual, man. I like to have a lot of fun in the locker room as well, but Kobe was a serious dude. He was a dude that was serious about his craft, serious about basketball. Basketball was it for him. He was that serious. So yeah, he makes a good point, man. It's one story that's floating out there about that just came out about Shaq taking one of his teammates' mouth guard and wearing it in his underwear for the entire practice, right? While they worked out and all that stuff, and then he took it out and put it back in his locker, and the dude put it in his mouth the next game and played like that. And the dude probably didn't even know it, and somebody just came out on the podcast and put that information out and put the dude's name out there that it was as well. I forgot who the name was, but that's freaking disgusting, man. Like, seriously, like that's the type of stuff Shaq used to do, man. Like, and there's more stories like that, man. But you know, Kobe was just too serious. They were just two different type of dudes. And the way Kobe kind of treated Dwight when he said this ain't gonna work, he probably kind of felt like that about Shaq as well. But he was just in a different situation where he was the little guy coming in out of high school, and it wasn't much he could say to Shaq. Now they had their words and stuff like that, and their fights and stuff like that. But when Dwight came in, Kobe was Kobe, and it was his organization, and he was able to say, "Nah, dude ain't gonna work." Right? He could see it from the jump. But Dwight had that silliness about him as well, like Shaq as well. But you know, so it was almost like Kobe was like, "I seen this movie before. Nah, this ain't gonna work." All right.